Hello everyone. Welcome back to ProMind classes. Hope that you all are doing well. As we have completed class 8 NCERT Geography, we are going to discuss class 8 NCERT Glossary. And the glossary will be in alphabetical order. Afforestation. Afforestation is defined as the process of planting the trees in a previously infertile environment. Agriculture. Agriculture is a primary activity that includes growing crops, vegetables, fruits, flowers, and rearing livestock. Agriculture is a primary activity as it is connected with extraction and production of natural resources. Agro-based industry. Agro-based industries are the industries which use agricultural materials as a raw material. For example, food processing, vegetable, oil, cotton textile, dairy products, and leather industries. Biogas. Biogas is the mixture of gases produced by the breakdown of organic matter in the absence of oxygen, primarily consisting of methane and carbon dioxide. Biogas can be produced from raw materials such as agricultural waste, manure, municipal waste, plant materials, sewage, green waste, or food waste. Biosphere Reserve. A biosphere reserve is a large protected area of land meant for the conservation of wildlife, biodiversity, and traditional lifestyles of the tribal people living in the area. A special features of protected areas called biosphere reserve is that local people or tribals own integral part of it. Biotic resources. A biotic resources is one that has life. Example, plants and animals. Conservation. Conservation can be defined as the protection and maintaining of diversity of species, plants and animals. Conservation includes protection of species from extinction and restoring habitats, preventing deforestation and enhancing ecosystem. Today, a major threat is the survival of mankind is deforestation. Counterplowing. Counterplowing is a farm practice which involves plowing that had land along counter lines. It refers to planting across the slope rather than along it. The planting is done perpendicularly to slope instead of being drawn in a parallel manner. These create counter lines. Deforestation. It means clearing or cutting of trees or forest over large areas. Forests are cut so that land can be used for different purposes like building houses, making roads, etc. Drilling. Drilling is another method of extraction in which deep wells are bored to take out minerals. Immigration. Immigration are people who leave their country and move to another country. Immigrants are people who arrive in another country after leaving their own country. Push factors are the reason that force the people to leave a place. Fallow land. The land which was used for cultivation but is temporarily out of cultivation is called a fallow land. Ferrous minerals. Ferrous minerals are those minerals which are iron based and or metallic in nature. Examples of ferrous minerals are iron ore and manganese. Fossil fuel. A fossil fuel is a hydrocarbon containing material formed underground from the remains of dead plants and animals that humans extract and burn to release energy for use. The main fossil fuels are coal, petroleum, and natural gas, which humans extract through mining and drilling. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the heat energy which is generated and stored inside the earth crust. When underground water comes in contact with the hot spot, steam is generated as the water evaporates, and this is heat energy stored outside the crust of earth or geothermal energy. Horticulture. Horticulture is the art of cultivating plants in gardens to produce food and medicinal ingredients, or for comfort and ornamental purpose. Horticulture are agriculturists who grow flowers, fruits, and nuts, vegetables, and herbs, as well as ornamental trees and lawns. Immigration. Immigration process through which individual becomes permanent resident or citizen of another country. Historically, the process of immigration has been of great social, economy, and cultural benefit to the states. Industry. The industry refer to economy activity that is concerned with the production of goods, extraction of minerals, or provision of services. Intercropping. The practice of growing two or more crops simultaneously in the same field in definite row pattern is called intercropping. Joint sector industry. Joint sector industries are owned and operated by a group of individuals and the state. An example of joint sector industry is Maruti Udyog Limited. Land degradation. Land degradation is defined as the loss or deterioration of productive capacity of the soil. Leaching. Leaching agriculture. The loss of water, soluble plant nutrients from the soil, or applying a small amount of excess irrigation to avoid soil salinity is called leaching. Life expectancy. Life expectancy is the number of years an average person can expect to live based on data. Mineral based industries. Mineral based industries are primary industries that use mineral ores as their raw materials. The products of these industries feed other industries. Iron, which is made up of iron ore, is a product of mineral based industry. Mineral, a naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition, is a mineral. Minerals are not evenly distributed and or concentrated in particular areas or rock formation. Example: iron, silver, copper, lead, etc. Mining. Mining is a process of taking out minerals from rock buried under the earth's surface. The process of mining includes two methods: open cast mining and shifting mining. Deep wells are bored to take minerals out, and this process is called drilling. National Park. National Park is an area set aside by a national government for preservation of natural environment. Most of the landscapes and their accompanying plants and animals in a national park are kept in natural state. Natural gas. Natural gas is a mixture of gases which are rich in hydrocarbons. All these gases, that is methane, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc., are naturally found in the atmosphere. Natural gas reserves are deep inside the earth near other solid and liquid hydrocarbons, beds like coal and crude oil. Natural resources. The resources that exist naturally without any efforts or modification from human beings are called natural resources. For example, air, solar energy, water, coal, petroleum are natural resources. Non ferrous metals. Non ferrous metals are those metals that do not have iron or iron components. Nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is the energy that is present in the core of an atom. Here, an atom is a small particle that constitutes every matter in the universe. Generally, the mass of an atom is concentrated at the center of nucleus. Neutrons and protons are two subatomic particles that are with the nucleus. Organic farming. Organic farming is an agricultural system that uses fertilizers of organic origin, such as compost manure, green manure, and bone meal, and places emphasis on techniques such as crop rotation and companion planting. Biological pest control, mixed cropping, and the foster of insect predator are encouraged in organic farming. Pisciculture. The breeding, rearing, and transplantation of fish by artificial means is called pisciculture. In other words, fish farming, it involves raising fish commercially in tanks or enclosure usually for food. Population. Population change refers to the change in number of people due to birth, death, and migration during a specific time. If the birth rate is more than the death rate, then there is an increase in population. If the death rate is more than birth rate, then there is a decrease in population. Primary sector. The primary sector of the economy includes any industry involved in extraction and production of raw materials, such as farming, logging, hunting, fishing, forestry, and mining. Public sector industries. Industries owned and operated by government or public sector industry. Steel Authority of India Limited and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited are the example of public sector industries. On the other hand, joint sector industries are owned and operated by the state, an individual, or a group of individuals. Quarrying. When minerals are simply dug out from near the surface, the process is called quarrying. Resource conservation. Resource conservation means using the available resource carefully and giving them time to get renewed. Sustainable development means balancing our present needs of using resource without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, reduce consumption and wastage of resource. Rock. The rock are the solid mineral materials forming a part of surface of the earth and other similar plants. The earth is crust and composed of rocks. Sericulture. Sericulture is a process of cultivating silkworms and extracting silk from them. The caterpillars of domestic silk moth, also called Bombyx murray, are the mostly common used silkworm species in sericulture. Shelter belt. A shelter belt is defined as a barrier of trees and shrubs that provides protection from winds and storm, decrease erosions. The term field shelter bog is used for trees rows planted in field to protect the soil and growing crop from erosion. Shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is also known as slash and burn cultivation. It is a type of farming activities which involves clearing of a land plot by cutting down trees and burning them. The ashes are then mixed with soil and crops are grown. After the land has lost its fertility, it is abundant. Smelting. Smelting is a process of applying heat to ore in order to extract a base metal. It is a form of extractive metallurgy. It is used to extract many metals from their ores, including silver, iron, copper, and the other base metals. Soil texture. Soil texture, such as loam, sandy loam, or clay, refers to proportion of sand, silt, and clay sized particles that makes up the mineral fraction of soil. For example, light soil refers to a soil high in sand relative to clay, while heavy soils are made up largely of clay. Solar energy. Solar energy is simply the light and heat that comes from the sun. People can harness the sun's energy in a few different ways. Photovoltaic cells, which convert sunlight into electricity. Solar thermal technology, where heat from the sun is used to make hot water or steam. Stock resources. Stock resources are resources that can be entirely expended and are therefore non renewable. Their quantity is usually expressed in absolute amount rather than in rates. Examples are coal and petroleum deposit. Sustainable development. Sustainable development means using resources wisely without damaging the environment and keeping in the mind the need of future generation. This can be achieved by making the right balance between using the resources to meet our present needs and conserving them for future. Technology. Technology is the application of latest knowledge and skill in doing or making things. Terrace farming. Terrace farming is a process in which hill slopes are used as cultivable crops. The farmer cuts terraces and slopes to create a flat area to grow crops because flat land is scarce in hilly area. Tertiary sector. The tertiary sector is a service sector. This sector is responsible for service delivered to both the primary and secondary sector. The tertiary sector employment share has developed in enduring years. It is an organic sector and uses better methods. Thermal energy. Thermal energy is the energy that comes from temperature of matters. The hotter the substance, the more is the vibration of molecule and hence the higher is the thermal energy. Utility. A substance has utility if it can be used in any possible way to satisfy our needs. Value. All resources that has value. Value means worth. Some resources have economy value, some do not. For example, metals may have an economy value, a beautiful landscape may not. Viticulture. Viticulture is the cultivation of grapes. Weathering. Weathering refers to the breaking up and decay of exposed rocks. This breaking up and decay are caused by temperature fluctuations between too high and too low. Frost action, plants, animals, and even human activity. Weathering is a major process involved in the formation of soil. Wind energy. Wind energy is the energy possessed by moving air, that is wind. Windmills are used to convert wind energy to electricity. Wind farms having clusters of windmills located in coastal regions and mountain passes. So, here we have completed the discussion of glossary part of class 8th NCERT Geography. Hope that all your concepts regarding the terminologies are clear. Hope that you like this video. Do share this video and thanks for subscribing and supporting our channel. And if you are new here, then please do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so every time we upload a new video, you get notified. Thanks a lot for your precious time. Have a nice day. Stay tuned with ProMind.